See, we're not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mang0 on the other hand.
Mang0, what are you doing?
Mang0's humping Emily.
I'm not.
That's okay. Hi, Mang0.
What are you pulling her hair?
Mang0.
And I already told Mang0 this. I'm no longer inviting Mang0 to Mogul Moves events.
This was cringe. I'm not even kidding. Good everyone. Today's video, I want to cover some mishaps, some controversy behind the big streamer Mang0. Now, to be honest, me personally, I've never heard of him, but I guess somehow he's close with the Ludwig and Extremely group where they play games like Mario Kart, and recently they had an event with a bunch of people having some great fun. But meanwhile, while they were playing, they all got drunk, and him in particular had some really bad actions while he was intoxicated. I'm gonna pull up 3 things in particular. This first thing, the clip where he pesters multiple women in a very bizarre way, then his apology after this, and wrapping it up with Ludwig denouncing him and no longer inviting him to any Mario Kart events or just any gaming things, which is just really funny in my opinion. But let's start real quick again with a clip where, I saw like this first one with the girl on the left and Extremely, but I had no idea it got much worse past this. You'll see in a second.
See, we're not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mang0 on the other hand.
There he is.
No. He's humping toes. No.
End the stream. End it.
Again, bear in mind again, this guy Mang0, he's drunk. But in my opinion, right, I think any person who does this, humps like, any person who does that around the friends, that's worrying behavior. Yeah, I know they're drunk, right? But like, you have to be really hammered, insanely hammered, for you to find that funny, in my opinion. And you have to be insanely hammered, but he seems a bit tipsy. Like this is, sober enough, a tiny bit sober enough where you could definitely apologize for it and be make a retraction for it, because it's embarrassing.
End the stream, Mang0 said.
End the stream.
Now the most shocking part about this is that it keeps going after this. Like if this happened, if this was the first time, right, I would be like one of the guys, one of the employees right here, and be like, hey man, get the fuck out of here, that's really weird. But it kept on going past that. Like, I don't want to be like a macho man, but if I was in that, that setting, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Get out. Or, I would tell him to sober up or just go back home, because he's not, in a good state right now where he's humping around female streamers. And as well, it's exclusively female streamers past this. That was the first girl, right? I think that's Cena, Valkyrie. No, that's definitely Cena, right? And it kept on going on for 2 of the women after it. It's so bizarre.
Good, like we have something or no?
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay. Mang0, what are you doing?
I will be fair to them, because like this guy Mang0, I've never heard of him, but he seems to be like pretty big in our friend group. But even then, I've seen friend groups who fucking attack, one of their other friends if they're being drunk and also being weird at the same time. Like, they're not that fair to them.
You trying to do thug round or no?
It's weird. I'll give respect to that. Hold on. That's the third woman. I'll give respect to this guy, this employee or streamer, because he's actually putting him away.
That's okay.
Who was that guy? He's the guy that did like, who would be better as a food? Mario, Zelda. I'm not right. Oh, that's well, bro. He's walking around with fucking like underwear. Why? I guess he came to like the party fully dressed and he slowly stripped down to his underwear for whatever reason. Is that a fascist tattoo? What is that? I'm not sure if it is, but it looks like one. Or like a fucking I know it's Captain America, but just entertain me.
Emily, stop it.
Hi, Mang0.
Now normally I would chill on Ludwig, but like he's actually doing a good job here, where like he's trying to like push him away. He doesn't like fully deck him in the face, but he's being like, what the fuck's going on?
Mang0, you're so silly.
Don't beat her ass.
You guys are amazing.
Alright, so I go back real quick. I missed that part while talking. Forgive me. He doesn't like hump Emily's head, but he does like grab her hair for a bit, very weirdly. Look.
Hi, Mango.
That's weird. Bro, if Agent was there, he'd knock the shit out of him. That would've been so funny. Then fast forward, okay, so far, you know, we've got... Oh, I guess he does hump near Emily on this part.
Mango, final
He humps like a cardboard cutout, for whatever reason.
Final words. Oh! Final words. Ooh.
Bro, he's losing aura by the second.
Wait, should kids do drugs? Okay, alright.
Now, okay, there we go. Again, you know, from what I saw, he seems very drunk. Duh, no shit. But like, you know, in order for him to be like, the kind of level like you have to be drunk at for it to be forgiven would have to be insanely intoxicated. Like nearly passed out drunk, blackout drunk. But if he's walking around making jokes, smiling, he seems to be sober enough. And at that point, yeah, you fucked up yourself. You can't really blame the alcohol entirely. But past that, you know, he made an apology just being like the next day saying, hey, waking up and seeing I was a drunk dumbass. Okay, nothing spells, you know, being professional more than not even like capitalizing your own eyes. Idiot, whatever. Don't like using the drunk excuse because it's childish, but in the moment, I think everyone is as drunk as me. No, they weren't, you liar. Like, I didn't see Ludwig or Emily fucking, okay, in his defense, somewhat, I guess they were taking off the clothes, but even Ludwig, you know, is like he's wearing Levi's in here. They weren't like completely naked and fucking people around them, so no point. Everything around me, I would probably apologize to anyone I made uncomfortable and hope I'm forgiven. Now, I think that's fair, actually, you know. I will dunk on him for being weird and acting bizarre. But like, you know, he was sober a bit, but I think, you know, at that point when you're that drunk, I think there's like a decent apology. Okay, you know, I'll step back a second. I think it's a good apology, but you should be mocked and laugh at this for like a good month or two. Because bear in mind, right, he's not like a random nobody, like with like 10 followers on Twitch. No, he's pretty big. Last I checked, like 10 minutes ago, he had 500,000 followers on Twitch. So yeah, he's pretty big. So not only is he big, right, but he should be at that level where he's professional enough to not be doing weird shit while drunk. I know he was drunk, right, but even at that point, you have some weird humor in your head, you know, subconsciously, to be doing that kind of shit. I'm sorry, in my opinion. So that was apology, right? I guess nobody liked it at all, because they were all grilling him the replies. And see, bro, you're not a teenager, dude. Oh my god, that's brutal. And then after that, right, Ludwig went on stream, I think, yeah, recently, and he was just saying, like, yeah, I'm not gonna bring him back on stream, because if we do have alcohol there, which is very likely, we can prevent it from happening again. Like, we can take him out, we can treat him more professionally by taking him out if he fucks about, but if he's gonna, we can't allow any room, you know, for errors at all at this point. And I think, you know, again, like, I would normally make fun of Ludwig, but he seemed fair in this one, to be honest.
So I feel really bad about that. And, you know, I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also, and I already told Mang0 this, I'm no longer inviting Mang0 to Mogul Moves events.
Now, but I'm pretty sure, like, he runs the event himself for, like, his own production company, whatever. Again, I don't blame him that much because, like, if you see like the first clip real quick, he seems to be absent for the first 3, but he pops up, you know, after. And bear in mind, these Twitch streamers, right? They probably don't check chat every single moment, or they don't check LSF every single hour. So they were just seeing Mang0 naked or, you know, stripped, but they weren't seeing, you know, all the humping shit he was doing. So I guess, you know, it was very late on that they caught on to what he was doing and acting bizarre.
Like, you know, it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like, the whole point of an event is, like, it's a fun thing to do, have a good ass time. And if somebody appearing jeopardizes somebody else having a good time, that just can't be a thing. Now, I see a lot of dialogue on, like, broader implications. I'm only worried about...
No. Okay, I'm gonna mock the guy 100%, but I'm not gonna, you know, insinuate that there's more going on. Fuck no. I'll point and laugh at him, but that's it.
My team, my events, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't speak for the Melee community. I'm not, like championing any other action. I'm
Yes, you know, again, for someone who's running the event, I think this is a fair point. you see this guy acting very bizarre, and you know, you can have two options in the future. You can either have no more alcohol at the events, which is a bad idea in my opinion, or you can ban this guy permanently, or at least, you know, wait and see in the future if he gets better from this and tames down his alcohol level or alcohol use, whatever. I think, you know, on his side it was fair. But again, to go back to Mang0, yeah, you know, you made a decent apology. I mean, like, what else can you really make? Wait, no, go back a second. Like, it sounds very rushed, and like he didn't put like a lot of thought into it. Like, you know, once again, missing the eyes, and that's it. I mean, if it was like a very minor drama, yeah, it would be good for that. Like, bear in mind, he went to the event with all like his friends and female colleagues, streamers were there, and he was, you know, acting very weird. In any other setting, like an office, you know, HR would kill you right on the spot, because that's awful behavior. So again, you know, bear in mind, right? I think these are actually not a good apology, right? But it should be mocked and laughed at for a good month, I feel like. Because what the fuck was that? So I was wondering, before I wrap up the video, I gotta make this joke. Mang0. Why do you have that name? That's an awful name, in my opinion.
¿Te gusta ver vídeos divertidos de Azul?